Look at this. I can't believe it. Welcome back. I'm Tedward. Welcome to Christmas Eve here in New England, where it actually did snow a little bit. Not enough to go do drifty donuts, but enough to get salty, disgusting winter roads all over the vehicles. We've got a lot of Toyotas in the family, 3 RAV4 Primes and a 4Runner and my Lexus GX 460. Now, I've been doing a pretty good job of keeping this GX clean inside and out, thanks to myself and Garage 42, because every time it goes up to Garage 42, it gets a nice bath. Whereas my brother-in-law with the Snowman 4Runner that lives up in Maine, it's become the family truckster. It just doesn't get the love it deserves anymore, but you know what? That's what these trucks are all about, especially 5th gen 4Runners. This one's a TRD, and they just get filthy. But the problem is they also get rusty underneath, which is exactly what I've been trying to prevent on my Lexus. But like we did with my, oh my goodness, look at this hood. Like we did with my sister's RAV4 Prime a year or two ago, we took it up to the little car wash, and I just want to rinse this. I just need to get a power wash on this. Maybe we'll do 2 rounds. We'll do a power wash and we'll do a touchless. I don't have the ability to really wash this car as a hand wash today because it'll just freeze the driveway. But anyway, let's see what we can get off of this vehicle. Now, I know it's funny. I get people who say, oh my goodness, just drive your cars, don't be a garage queen. And then I get people who are like, how could you let it get so bad? So today we're just gonna see how much dirt we can pull off of this thing. Man, it only has 36,000 miles. Dave, you don't drive enough. You can barely see out of these windows. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get some of this dirt off of the truck. Now, the thing about the 4Runner, it's a V6. They're stout. They definitely drive well. But the reason I bought my GX was because of the V8, the 6-speed and the V8. This is a V6 and a 5-speed. It just doesn't quite do the same luxury highway driving. Now, the nice thing about these 4Runners is that they can run in 2-wheel drive, unless you have the Limited. I one time mistakenly said that 4Runners are not full-time all-wheel drive, and they are if you get one trim level, the Limited, and yeah, we all know that. But most 4Runners and Tacomas like that can run in rear-wheel drive only, which is great if you want to do some drifties. It's also great because you can decouple that front axle and you can save a bit of fuel because you're not trying to drag all-wheel drive all the time. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Unbelievable, dude. Oh, this is why you got to get a dash cam. I use a Garmin in my GX 460, and I have found some real gems on the road. Things that you like, things that aren't going to kill me, but things that are hilarious. That when you tell somebody and they're like, "No," and you're like, "Oh, but watch." You can't believe how people drive. It's crazy. I honestly thought this car was going to be filthier. He told me that he hasn't really cleaned it since my niece was born, and that is now impressive because this car isn't that bad. I was expecting to get in and be like, oh, I'm not going to be able to film this. This is going to be too embarrassing. But straight up looks normal to me. So we're doing it. I can definitely feel these big chonky off-road tires. All the vibrations and stuff, it transmits through the seat. I can just feel the tread. So yeah, this is not the choice if you were looking for a highway cruiser, which is not what he does with this. This kind of just goes to the grocery store and around town because they live in an insular little community up in Maine, so they don't have to go very far. Honestly, this takes less steering input to go straight down the road than my GX does, because the GX, if there's any camber in the road, it wants to pull off to that camber, which is why I'm always having to put in this left-hand lock on that car. Wow, look at that GMC. They used to make those Cyclones out of those little pickup trucks. Those were cool. I always have to put in a little bit of lock to keep that GX going straight. And I've asked the dealership, I'm like, hey, is there KDSS lean? They're like, nope, we checked. You're good. Okay, is there an alignment issue? Nope, it's in spec. So I'm just in a weird position where I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's just how they drive. And that's what all the GX people tell me. So there are GX quirks. This is also a little silly to just stop in the middle of a road where you have right of way. I know you're trying to be nice, but it's actually more dangerous this way, and you're putting me at risk to get rear-ended. And, you know, don't give up your right of way most of the time. It's usually a bad idea. People always forget they have the yield sign here. I have the yield sign here, so I need to be aware of who's coming in. Good. A lot of the roads in Massachusetts do feel like if you're not a local, you're probably not going to understand what to do, which is not great. I've seen so many 4Runners on the road on this drive, and now there's even one almost identical to this one at the car wash spot. How wild. All right, let's get in here and see what we can pull off of this thing, because I think it's going to be pretty ugly. We're not going to use the brush because I'm not a psychopath. That'll just get destroyed. Let's see how far we are. Yeah, we're good. This will be fine. What I typically like to do is I start it on soap, and I'll just do soap on the whole thing, and then we'll just blast that off. I mean, it's not like a proper wash, but it's something. Oh, baby. This is really bad. Holy cow. I don't know if I've ever seen dirt this caked onto a vehicle. Oh my God. This is so bad. This is so bad. Hopefully some of this soap will like cut through it a little bit as it sits. But look at, like, even this trailer hitch is all rusting. And this isn't like very high pressure. You know, it does what it can, but it's not crazy. This is not like what's coming out of your power washer at home. Oh my God. But right now, just getting the coat of soap to hopefully aggressively cut through some of this dirt. I'm probably more worried about the undercarriage than the paint. Oh my goodness. This might be a good candidate for like the actual tunnel wash. I'm a big touchless guy, but you know, I don't think we're in a position where we're gonna ruin this paint. Oh my God, look at this. I can't believe it. I'm trying. I'm getting some of it. We're gonna have to re-swipe the card. Yeah, I need my pressure washer. I'm not gonna cut it. What I'm showing you right now is like step one of like a Larry Casilla Ammo NYC video, and then he goes, okay, now we see what we're working with. For those of you that hate seeing cars get put away for the winter, is this what you wanted to see? Is this what you like? All right, well, at least the windows are a little cleaner, and we got a base layer of filth off of the car. Honestly, we should have weighed the car before and after, because I bet we just pulled pounds of filth off of this car. Still disgusting. Oh my God, look at what's up on this cross members underneath here. Holy cow, this is bad. I knew that wasn't gonna do a lot, but I was kind of hoping for just a little bit more. I did not realize how ingrained some of that was. That was like bad. No one's gonna let me go. They're just gonna block it all up. Thank you. Thank you. See, that's nice. It feels so much more eager to get off the line than my GX460, and I would assume that's a combination of a couple things. Probably throttle tuning, and the fact that it's just rear-wheel drive right now probably makes it just feel a little tighter. But also, being the Toyota variant versus the Lexus variant means that it's not going to be as damp. The Lexus is going to damp things the same way like Mercedes will damp everything in their cars to make them feel more luxurious, which in some situations is great because you're like, oh, this S-Class gets off the line without giving me whiplash and all those nice things that make you feel like you're in a luxury car. But in other cases, like in their hybrids and electrics, sometimes you're expecting the car to go, but it doesn't. So you start giving it some throttle and it's not moving and you're like, go, 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 go. By the time you've like given it a bootful, it's like too much, and that's frustrating. Whereas this, I do actually feel a little more connected to this car, to this 4Runner, than I do in my GX. The brakes also feel a bit more natural in this, which like, that's frustrating. I'm not even on giant wheels and tires. This thing is. Sometimes luxury is like just fake, you know? It's just like the absurdity of that. Like, watch this. All right, I'm gonna put this window down. It just goes down. And then it just goes up, right? Watch when it gets to the end. It just hits it. The Lexus actually ramps the window speed as it opens and closes. So it'll slow down at the end of each travel. That's luxury, baby. It's like when a light turns on, instead of just turning on, it ramps up. Yeah, this is definitely stiffer. Holy cow. I drive this road all the time in the Lexus, and this feels much more pickup trucky. Good line with the Fiesta. Not carrying any speed, but those dampers must be destroyed, because I watched on the rear end of that thing just bounce all over the place. Holy cow. Fiesta sedans could not look more foreign. That does not look like an American car. The nice things about these 4Runners is that even with the big tires, it's easy to drive. It doesn't feel like I'm driving some big goofy thing. Remember when you drove like old Jeeps, and even at like 70 miles an hour, it felt like you were gonna die? You definitely couldn't hustle them around a corner. This still feels really tight and relatively nimble. And as much as I'd like to say like these chunky, plasticky buttons are cheesy or whatever, they function. They're knobs, they work. And you know what? For someone like me who isn't used to driving a 4Runner, I jumped in this and immediately knew where everything was. I didn't have to ask any questions. And this is a big thing for me right now, because I think the ultimate test of, is your layout good for your interior features of a car? The question has to be, if a valet driver who's never driven the car before knows where stuff is, then it's good. If they have to ask you, hey, where's the nose lift on your Mercedes SL? it's bad. Then it's bad, because guess what? They're not going to ask you that. They're going to not even know it has a nose lift, and they're going to crack the bumper. They're going to crack the lip, and that's on Mercedes at that point, because they made it buried in a menu. That's a little closer than I'd want. It's okay to be patient at a green light, guys. Oh no! Oh no! Did everyone get in an accident? Well, everything looked like it held up, if they did. Where's the traction button on this? Aha! Off. See, this is what I wish I had in my Lexus. I wish I could have it in rear-wheel drive mode so I could actually slide it around. We can't do it right here. But anyway, that is going to do it for a quick little run in the 4Runner. Actually, let me just park it like this because I want to get out real quick and I just want to see it. I know the joke of this is going to be that it's still maybe one of the filthiest 4Runners you've ever seen after rinsing it. But I wanted to get a lot of the dirt out of all the little window seams and stuff, and you know what? We did some of it. Is it good? No. Is it better? Absolutely. This looks so much better than it did, but I do worry about that frame because, you know, it's a Toyota. It's getting a little brown under there, but that's all right. They seem to last long enough. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Have a very Merry Christmas. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive. You know, all the normal things that you shouldn't do. And don't forget to respect the drive. I'll see you in the next one. Here's a real legend. Double rear wipers, baby. Oh, this is a V6 one too. This is actually legit. A V6 Camry wagon. Let's go. Oh.